It's October 20th, 2025. The days are getting shorter, the clouds are getting cloudier, and I've already messed up my garden for next year.
The golden glow of autumn is upon us. In order to have a successful garden come spring, it is important you are vigilant with your fall organization and cleanup. Many gardeners would argue fall preparations are vital for an easy spring transition. This is Alex. She agrees with those many gardeners, but that is not her natural-born energy. She has chaos in her veins. She is perpetually unorganized. Learn from her. You don't want to be her.
Gardening for me is like a merry-go-round of seasonal lessons in humility. I constantly have these big, extravagant ideas about what I want to do out in my garden, whether it's new layout decisions, all the tulips that I want to buy that are sold out, or the tons of veg that I want to plant that I ultimately never eat. I don't eat it. You know what I do eat constantly and very publicly are my words. Because every year, gardening relies on these well-timed windows. I missed my window.
What?
I missed my window. Have I missed all of my windows? No. Not when it comes to cutting back my bee balm. That's right. My bee balm that looked like it was straight up haunted all summer by powdery mildew. That has finally gotten the fall time chop. So I was planning on moving this bee balm before the winter, but the area that it's going to is not quite prepared yet. So for now, I'm just cutting it back a few inches above the ground. And then once we have our first hard freeze, I'm gonna cut it down completely to the dirt in hopes of getting rid of that powdery mildew for next year. I also decided that I'm not going to move my yarrow. I'm going into year 3 with this yarrow, and I kind of want to just like divide up my clumps and move it to a different location just to give it a nice refresh for next year. But I think I'm gonna hold off until the spring just because the yarrow always provides so much food and shelter, you know, for like the birds and the insects throughout winter. I kind of just want to leave it in place. So what window have I missed? And how have I messed up my garden for next year? Well, if you watched my cozy bouquet making video, not a lot of you did, and I forgive you for that, but you'll know that I boldly declared that I have been inspired to change the way I garden forever. Dramatic? Maybe. Bugs. No eating bugs, Naya. My dog was eating a bug. And while I love the insects in the garden, I don't really like them in her mouth and in my house, so she's being a troublemaker. Where was I? My bold declaration of change. I have been reading a book called The Cut Flower Handbook. And in this book, what is so special and so nice for me and a newer concept, it's not new in theory, but it's new in practice, is this idea of fall seed starting. Now, to be fair to bold, excitable me, I do feel the same way. It's just that I don't have the time to start my fall transplants this year because I missed that window. I was hoping to try to start some fall transplants of agrostemma, snapdragons, some yarrow. I also read that you can like fall plant straw flowers. I don't completely understand fall sowings yet because I've never done it, and that's why I wanted to try it. You know, your plants are supposed to be stronger if you start them in the fall. They're supposed to grow taller, be more vibrant It takes a little bit off your plate in the springtime because you don't have to start as many seeds. All of those things sound amazing to me. The problem is that to my understanding, you have to start your seeds, let's just use 6 weeks. 6 weeks before you transplant them, which then has to be, 6 to 10 weeks before your first frost. I'm already well within 6 to 10 weeks before my first frost, and I have no seeds and plants started. So that is where I have failed for this little experiment of mine that I was so excited about. I was probably too late when I realized that I was so excited about it, okay? And now I stand in front of you, and those excitable words that I spoke out loud to the internet now taste like tiny morsels of regret. But that's my biggest enemy, okay? Besides myself, time is what I constantly come on here and complain to you about, because gardening is all about timing. It doesn't matter what you're trying to time. The right time to buy your bulbs, the right time to plant your bulbs, the right time to start your seeds indoors. How much time do you spend hardening off your plants before transplanting them? When is the right time to transplant them? When is the right time to harvest your flowers so that you have optimal vase time? When's the right time to cover your dahlias, dig up your dahlias, divide your dahlias, plant your dahlias? It's all timing. So that in many ways, not just missing my fall transplant window, timing is how I've messed up a lot. So learn from me. Don't make that mistake. Go out. This is my advice to you and to myself, because I clearly need to hear it. Go out, buy yourself a garden notebook, a garden calendar, write down all of your dates right now. I'm still planning on doing a few seed sowing transplants before I normally do, right? So my Clarkia, I can transplant Clarkia into my garden 10 weeks before my last frost. But that means that before that 10-week mark, I need to have started my seeds for those transplants probably right around 6 weeks or so before they go out into the garden. So I need to write down all of that information in order to remember and make that happen. Because let's be honest, we all know that 16-week mark before my last frost, when I have to start those seeds, I'm gonna forget it. It's gonna come and go, and I'm gonna be standing here all over again being like, you guys, I messed up. So don't be like me, keep track of time. Obviously my garden is not like completely devastated and ruined, but I am very disappointed with myself over the fact that I was so excited to try this, and I've like completely just drop the ball. It'll be fine. Please let me know what some of your garden mistakes are. Let me know if you're doing any fall planting. I would love to hear it. If you have advice for me, please. I'm clearly just like floundering out here. So please let me know any advice that you have about fall planting. And if you're interested in keeping up with any other garden mistakes that I've made, I plan on making this kind of a little series. So stay tuned for the next episode of how I've ruined my garden. And my hope is that you learn so much from everything that I have done so wrong. So once again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.